I want to show you something very interesting today. This is a security camera, but it's something we see every day. But there's something inside. It's more for technical people, technical guys. Something interesting inside here that I just want to quickly. I noticed this last week when I opened a camera, the faulty camera. I just want to take this thing apart. Now inside here is it's a mechanical device. It's a small coil and a magnet, and with two lenses, and it switches over the lens in front of the lens. So at night time, as I understand, there's if during the day there's too much infrared, and then it blurs the signal, and at night time that little thing comes over the lens, and then there's a filter on there so that it gives you the right image. So let's just open. You'll just see, just start here in the front here. All these LEDs that you see here is infrared LEDs. If you look close at night, you'll see they glow little red. Sometimes you can't see them, but you can take your cell phone on your camera mode and show them facing it, and then you'll see the cell phone picks up the infrared, and you see the image, how they glow. They just glow and just input infrared in the area in front where it's supposed to take the image from, and then it highlights it. Okay, in front here is also, you will see one LED here is a different color here. This is a LED sensitive device. So that one, when it's nighttime, it switches over, and daytime it switches back. And then it's the small lens. This is just a rubber for, then just take this out here. They just cover just for, you'll see it goes back in here. It seals that. But the reason for this is sometimes this infrared, it mustn't, you see there's two parts here. Where the infrared goes through and where the lens is. Now that infrared can't show or bounce against this part, and then it blurs the image. So you just cover or isolate the inside from the outside. Okay, let's open here quickly. You see here's the two camera. I'm gonna take all the stuff out now. You see here's the plug that's for the supply for your infrared LEDs. And there sits the thing inside here. You see here's a small pluggy. I'll show you now. Here's now there's the supply line. Because we see these things every day, but we don't know how they work. So it's just interesting to show you guys how these things operate. Too many wires here. Okay, now again, let's just go through it again. So here's infrared LEDs to highlight infrared up the area to your lens. Here's your main PCB with your processor. All the clever stuff is in here, the programs. And then in the back here is your CCD that picks up the lens, the image through the lens. You just unscrew here. And then you can see this one is short circuit, so it doesn't work. The lighting is damaged by lightning. So actually this infrared part is, if you can supply this, you can highlight the area where other cameras is or something like this. Okay, now let's put it aside. Now here's the part I was talking about. Let's just open. You'll see what also happened here in the factory. They you'll see here's glue. There's a screw part. Now this lens screw in and out. Now they focused on the CCD. Obviously they look at the image, they turn it until it's focused, and then they just glue it there as it gets stuck. So just for focusing. Just get a, and yeah, small screws. Now you take the lens off. You see here's the lens part. It focus. You'll see inside here is the CCD, but we'll look at it now. Okay, I'm gonna take this part off now. Let's focus here quickly that you can see how it looks. And I can see here is a little mechanism. Look here, it goes like this. There's a little arm there, and it switches over this. So say, obviously there's a lens and another lens. Now there's a coil here. It activates it with supply, say 5 volt or so. Then it switches over. Then the lens, that lens goes over. Obviously, I think this will be during the day, but there's too much UV, and then that lens filters some of the UV out. And at night time, it switches back. That's very interesting. I'm just going to put some supply in here, then I'm going to show you how it works. And if you take this thing off here, you say inside here, inside there, you can see there's a CCD which picks up the image and gives you your picture. All right. Very, very interesting. I'm going to put on my supply here. These wires. I'm going to skin them. I'm going to take my crocodile clips. I'm going to put your crocodile clips here. You can see what's happening here. And then I can only go and I can swap this around here by the power supply. Let's just get this thing. It needs to move. There's a little thing that must go into. That's it. Okay, now we can swap the supply around. Look at this. See, it switches over. Now it switches supply back again. Switches back again. Very interesting. So this is what's happening at night. This whole thing switches, and during the day, every time it changes, switches up and down. This is something very, very interesting for me. Okay. And then obviously it's just the housing. Aluminium housing and your bracket, how you adjust it. And what else is here in the camera that is funny? And here's the supply lines. Here's your supply, your 12 volt DC. Here's your coax for the AV or the analog output. If it goes to your TV or whatever, your monitor. Well, here's another setting here. There's different type of analog signals here. There's a HD CV1 analog, HD TV1. So you can just select this switches here, this micro switches or dip switches for the right the video where it goes to where you want to see it, and it closes. So this is the basic inside of a normal security camera. Okay, I thought this was just something interesting for you guys to notice. We see these things every day, and now it looks inside. Till next time, cheers.